did 36 cents an hour, correct, as the increase?
That's correct.
So it was, so they were at 16.51, Wendy was at 16.51, Brooke was at 16.59. So you add 36 to that, you're just under $17. And so you were going $1 above that? Is that what you were doing? You were doing 36 cents plus another $1?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that would have been, for Wendy, that would have been 17.87. And for Brooke, it would have been 17.96, 95, is that right? 17.95, does that sound right?
I think so with that COLA.
With the $1 plus the 36 that they're being this year. My request would have put them at 2036 and 2043. So I guess what I'm asking to put Wendy at 1936 and Brooke at 1943, which is $1 less than I asked for. And I would come back next year and ask for that additional $1.
Let us check with Debbie during the noon hour, what she can do. And we'll get to you this afternoon.
Alright. And I think that if you're now saying a market adjustment includes looking at everybody within the county at various different positions, rather than just looking at those positions around, that's the different understanding of what I had of a market adjustment. And secondly, that's not then a market adjustment, that's a fairness or parity adjustment. And I think that loses the analysis of understanding the differences of each function within the county government. That'd be my input. Anyway, I just got back and I'm playing catch up, and so I'm sorry I'm coming in being somewhat difficult, but I just heard about this right before, that's why I was late. I was gathering my documents to come in here, and then the meeting was already over, so,
Well, let's see what we can do during the noon hour.
I'm sorry.
Let us see what we can do during the noon hour.
So I haven't seen the agenda. I assume there's a building project discussion we need to have at some point, is that correct?
We have a gentleman coming in with some issues personally. He lives just north of the Cedar canister site. He has some issues with easement, we go back to 1974, some issues with blowing garbage, and sewage issues. He's in the floodplain. 130.
All we got.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I'm gonna jump over the journal entry adjustments. We have Ms. Bernie here to do COS.
Why in no hurry? This is a boundary relocation with Rick Myers and Vines. And I'm assuming you've gotten a letter from Mr. Budowitz as far as a court order on this. The owner of the property, Marion Iverson, is deceased. And so what they're doing is, according to her wishes, Vine was going to get a bigger piece of land because he already has an existing parcel here. And so he was getting more acreage. And then I think down the road, the two girls will be splitting this, but that'll probably be another court order. So this was not necessarily, they're all in agreement on this boundary location, but because Marion Iverson is deceased, they did a court order so that the two girls could sign the boundary location. Because a court order usually creates a parcel, and this doesn't. But with the nature of the signature lines, they went ahead and processed that. So we do put the boundary location per court order or court probate number on it, reference that on the survey. And I know you probably got a letter because the county can weigh in if they have any concerns.
We had another letter too today. It seems there's a lot of court order subdivisions coming. Is there anything we should be aware of? Is this a wave? Is this just coincidence?
I think coincidence.
Okay.
You know, this, I think, was a deceased, you know, trying to figure it out. Normally you see the court orders if there's a deceased or divorce sometimes, and they can't agree. Also, if at one point in time people buy property together jointly, and then there's a falling out, and they can't agree how to divide it up or to sell or not sell, and then you'll see them go before a judge and ask, you know, to be split amongst the owners.
That's what the letter was today, a person deceased, part was going to one person and another to the rest of the kids or something. It's the
Right.
same type of thing.
Yeah, yeah, it's
But,
when they
well,
don't.
how subdivision would come up is if they would decide to subdivide, then they'd have to go through the process.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. They would, if they wanted to go through a subdivision, then they'd have to go through the process. Most of the time they show up in that case, you know, because an estate isn't taken care of beforehand, or, you know, family transfers or whatever. And that's one thing that, family transfers are wonderful, and I understand, you know, the deeds have to follow them, but sometimes people want to create them but not give them, you know, and so that becomes hard, because I know we've had people, well, can we do a family transfer and not file it till we die? And it's like, well, no, because you gotta sign the plat. And we can't just hold on to it, you know, till, because they're only good for, you know, 6 months or so
Right.
that makes it difficult. So that's when you'll see these court orders come up, and that's what their main purpose is. But, and, you know, that's why they do give the county 30 days, because the county can weigh in if, you know, they want a road, I don't know, upgraded, or an easement to access to be, you know, better defined, or, you know, any items like that that may come up.
Where's the South Fork of Ray Creek?
Going up Ray Creek, isn't it,
Been on there.
oh, it runs right along here. This is the road here.
Thank you.
Well, I move to support the court order,
Vine and Rick Meyer.
Vine and Rick Minor, minor subdivision.
Second.
Moved and seconded to grant approval for amended Rick Meyer minors division. All in favor?
I
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bernadette.
Thanks.
And you guys have a lovely afternoon.
Thank you, you too.
It's 10 to 12, that's recess till 1:30.